This is focused. I know it's focused. God damn it. What's going on, guys? I'm Gregory West, and this is my first video of my video series working with my friend and fellow vocal coach, Philippe Hall, to try and improve my singing. Each week, he's going to coach me on a different topic, and for an entire week, I'll be trying to improve by just focusing on that one specific topic. The topics are airflow control, sound design, dynamic movement potential, and emotional layering. This is week 1, so we're starting with airflow control. So, Philippe, tell me what airflow control means and why I should care about that as a singer.
Airflow control is so vital to singing and even speech, because if there's no air flowing through your vocal folds, there is no sound. It's the air that activates your vocal folds. We only have muscles that bring the vocal folds together. They don't make them vibrate. It's the air that passes through them that starts the oscillations and pulsations of the vocal folds. So first of all, if you don't have any air flowing through, you have no sound. Through my personal singing evolution, I realized that the steadiness of the stream of air going through your vocal folds, it makes their work so easy. Constant changes of air pressure make singing very, very difficult. Maintaining a steady stream of air and learning which coordinations help you to do that gives you so much relaxation and control over your voice.
You're saying maybe if I'm having a problem with or a singer, but it's going to be me. Let's say you're having a problem with tension, you're just getting too tight as you're singing. You're saying, looking at how you're managing the air and what you're doing in it, what you're doing with your body, with your torso, with the things that affect the air flowing, that's going to improve some kind of problem.
Absolutely. It will improve everything.
All right. Well, let's get into it. That sounds exciting.
Cool. Let's do it.
I'm gonna do Leave the Door Open by Bruno Mars. I haven't really worked on this song yet. I wanted to pick something that's more or less fresh so that we could really see what working on exclusively the airflow control does to make improvements.
I think that's great because Greg has not worked on this for a while, so hasn't developed any habitual actions. What I'm going to do is have him sing and make a quick assessment and then try and target which activity of airflow control that I think will help him improve the most.
Hey, hey, I'ma leave my door open. Ooh. Hey, hey, I'ma leave my door open. I'ma leave. It's a hot mess.
Good, great. We're going to just use airflow control. So first thing I'm hearing is there's a lot of unnecessary muscle activity going on, which is creating too much pressure. So first thing we're going to do is, when you do it, we're just going to loosen up the body a little bit. We need a little bit more flexibility in the muscles. Let's try and do it at a low volume first. Just using a V. It's okay if you go into falsetto. We're just going to look at getting some more dynamic movement in your airflow muscles. Good. Now let's relax even more. Very loose V with a lot of F, falsetto. We're just going for the working in a very easy position to activate some more softness and mobility. Good. Anything going on in your body? Right?
My abs are moving in. My solar plexus is going out.
Now we're going to just start from scratch. So no movement. Don't do anything. All I want you to do is relax your lower abdomen when you breathe in through your nose. Think the pitch when you breathe in through your nose. Nice and easy and light. Not bad.
Where'd that last note go?
Breathe in again, and this time you're not doing anything, you're just letting the air out. Let the tone ride the air.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. Very good. So now we're getting a little bit more flexibility into the muscles that control your breathing. Now this time, you're going to breathe out 40% of your inhalation and then start. Well, you just breathe in like you're going to sing a triple forte. This is Too much. Remember, when we breathe in and we expand our lungs and diaphragm, all the muscles that far, you just push the giant spring down as far as you could, and it's going to push back hard.
Yep.
And that amount of strength is very difficult to control.
Yeah.
So you're going to give it less. There you go. Yeah, just let it flow. Good, great, wonderful. Now this time you're going to work on breathing in, and so like we speak. Breathe in, speak, breathe in, sing. Don't breathe in, hold, and then sing. Great, great. Now do it on tongue roll. So I'm just shifting the SOVT basically to shift Greg's attention to a different activity, because we want to focus just on airflow and sound, and it also will loosen the tongue a little bit. Good, great, great. And now you're just going to think, I'm going to let all the muscles be relaxed, and they're just going to move like slow Tai Chi. Everything in your system's relaxed.
I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, it's a good. Gestures help. Great, great. I repeat it. Now just do a different gesture just for fun, a little wavy thing that's just moving. Now we're gonna give it back to the V. Good. So when you're using SOVT, you always concentrate on the sound for SVTs. That's the regular sound of the lip trill. The F is the regular sound of the V. So keep the F flowing. Great, nice job. Next phrase. Good. Can you keep the F? That was very good. Everything's working. It's much more nice. Can you keep just that F steadier throughout? As you change intervals, just keep the steadiest. Good, great, great. And these are different challenges. F has more resistance. And we do it on an S, Z, because that has a lot of resistance. And once you get used to this relaxation you have now with a little bit more resistance without overpowering it. So we're going to have... That S is flowing at the same rate. Your vocal folds are just all adjusting for pitch. Good. And try it on the pitch. That's getting much better. Again. So right now, you're every time you're adjusting mechanically, allow the adjustments just to happen. Focus on the flow.
Flow.
Rather than... That will create differences in air pressure. Good. So as you practice now, over the next few days and weeks, your goal is to have an even balance of airflow and sound. If it breaks to the sound overpowers the airflow or the air overpowers the sound, your flow and vocal production are slightly out of balance. So you just work on the smoothness.
What I did in the last one was I really had to listen to the hiss sound.
I want you to understand this because people have had me doing SOVT exercises for 30 years and they never told me what to do. I pretty much had to figure it out on my own through all my, years of education, performing experience. If you don't do an SOVT the right way, it's not really doing you any good. And you have to do it in a way that you can take and apply right to your singing.
Yeah.
So let's go back to lip trill one more time, then we're going to sing. There you go. And this is really indicative because if you can see Greg's lips moving, they move differently when you change pitches, and they shouldn't. So your sound control in the SOVT is the that movement should stay stable. Good. Let's just do it one more time. We're going to add a tiny bit of volume now to the lip trill instead of falsetto. Just add a little bit of volume to your falsetto. So we need to increase the pressure to match the song. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're just about to blow a hurricane. Good, nice job, nice job. So as you practice, it's already getting smoother and more balanced. And pay attention to the volume that you have. Keep it also even. Airflow even, sound and airflow balance, volume steady. All right, so try it out. Now we're going to shift right to the song.
And I'm trying to do it like the
You want it to feel like when you do... should feel the same. I'm gonna leave my door open, babe. So the exercise that you practice the airflow on needs to match in intensity what you want to sing. If not, you're not preparing to sing. It's already much better. But relax here. Now just go here, relax, and we're going to just have that same. I'm going to breathe in and sing, because this is a communication. Hey, babe, I'm going to leave my door open. I'm going to leave my door open. I'm going to leave my door open. You're communicating. So it's in and sing. Easy in and easy sing.
Okay. Hey, baby, I'm going to leave my door open. Baby. Baby, it's open.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna leave my door open, baby. I'm gonna leave my door open, girl.
Great. Volume level much more under control, a lot less pressure, feeling more smooth. How's it feeling for you?
Well, it's definitely feeling better than at the beginning. So how do I go from being light with a balanced airflow to then adding additional pressure to get more chestiness, to get more full? Because I think side by side, me and Bruno right now, I definitely have a lighter, headier, falsetto-y, your sound up there.
Basically, we just need to add a little bit more intensity to it. So without sacrificing the smoothness and the ease. So we've got easy in. I'm gonna leave my door open. Pretty easy. Now let's just increase a little bit of movement. I'm gonna leave my door open. I'm gonna leave. It's yeah, I love you. That's natural movement. Just say, oh.
Oh.
And feel that lower abdominal movement.
Oh.
I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna leave. Baby, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave my door. I'm gonna leave my door open.
I think you're starting at a lower volume than the high, and that's the point. Start at the volume you need for the high. If you don't, you're gonna have to go, and that ultimately is more difficult to do.
Yeah.
So if we start with, I'm gonna leave my door, it's a little hard to get going. But if you start with, I'm gonna leave my door I'm not really needing to work harder for the high because I already established the energy level. Good.
I'm gonna leave my door open, baby.
Good, good. When you breathe in, nice. Have your expansion in the ribs in that nice nasal inhalation. I'm gonna don't do anything until my baby. So delay your activity.
I'm gonna leave my door open, baby. I'm gonna leave.
Very nice, very nice. You are activating a lot of strength on open instead of activating movement there. Let that coast.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave my door open, baby. So you don't need it. Use it halfway through the phrase when you're changing the intervals. Give it just a little bit of action there. But if you give it, leave my door open, then you get that intense, slightly strained sound. It's basically just unnecessary activity.
I'm gonna leave my door open, baby.
So you got some things to work on. So let's recap what you're going to focus on.
I'm gonna work on when I breathe in, not pausing right before I start singing, but like breathing in and go. Just kind of like when I speak and it's like yada da 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 da, and then it's like immediate. I'm gonna work on the bubbles and the different SOVTEs to not increase the airflow, but to keep the airflow steady, and then to make my voice just kind of go along for the ride.
And we've got the movement, right? Remember the movement that it's not, you don't need it all the time, but you need to use it tactically. You don't need it for the whole phrase. I'm gonna leave my door open, baby. That's quite strenuous and a little bit unnecessary. So remember the flexibility. Use it when you need it, and remember to finish your phrase with a little bit of that.
Okay, cool.
Nice job.
Thank you.
I think a lot of things improve very quickly. Very quickly.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the week goes.
Yep, me too.
I want to share some of my thoughts about working on the airflow control. So typically when I think about ideas like breath support, I'm not really thinking about my airflow. Instead, I'm thinking about how do I regulate my breath pressure? How do I increase it, or how do I decrease it, or how do I keep it steady? The only time flow makes sense to me is when I'm doing an exercise where I can actually hear the air. So like with an SOVTE, how you can kind of hear the F in a V. Or if I'm trying to be intentionally breathy, or actually decrease the amount of breathiness in my voice. While thinking of my airflow control isn't typically how I think about it, I can see that the idea of airflow control and focusing on the actual flow is related to the idea of air pressure control. What I like about thinking of airflow when I sing is that I'm really focused on steadiness and evenness of my voice while singing. I think a good base level to be at is to be able to sing across your range without needing to get louder and without needing to change and disrupt the flow. So this week, I'm really going to be working on improving my ability to keep my voice more even and steady. And for some reason, it's also really challenging for me to not pause right before I sing something. So I'm going to work at that. I'm also going to focus on when I move my lower belly inwards when I sing and try to strategize that a little bit more to see if that improves the ends of my phrases. Hopefully the week goes pretty well and I can make some solid progress on those areas. And even more hopefully, it'll have a benefit to my singing. I'ma leave my door open, baby. Okay. trying to keep that F really stable. Okay, I think that worked. Actually, going through and faking in my mind, doing the notes, like all of it, just with the F, but I'm thinking the note underneath as I do is actually helping me, because then when I add my voice to it, I'm able to keep better of an ear out for the F, but I don't know why. Now I'm gonna work on making sure I don't hold my breath as I start the sound, so I'm gonna try to look for that and see if I catch myself doing it. Oops. That you feel the way I feel. Oh, so good. He makes me mad. What was it that I'm doing? I'm supposed to be... Okay. Okay, I think that was consistent. That you feel the way I feel and you want me like I want you tonight, girl. That you feel the way I feel and you want me like I want you tonight, girl. That you feel the way I feel and you want me like I want you tonight, girl. All right. So here's my thoughts about this week. I can see the benefit from working on managing my inhale and my exhale. The thing about singing is that there are multiple interacting facets to it. And when you work on a particular facet or area of singing, you are working on a thing that could be perceived or handled another way. So it's been really interesting to try to focus on improving my singing with only airflow control, because airflow control doesn't stand alone by itself. For example, if there's a problem where I'm not keeping my airflow steady, the airflow control way to solve that problem would be to focus on the exhale and the air and coordinating the movements of my torso in order to fix that problem. But I could also try to fix that problem another way, which we'll get to in later episodes. What I'm trying to say is I think it's good to work on things in isolation and then to put those things together and to see how they interact and interrelate. It basically just gives you more strategies to try and improve your singing with. I think some of my initial problems when I was working with Philippe were actually due to the fact that I was nervous and I wasn't really warmed up. Because I don't typically have issues like that, and I have worked on things of this nature before without having that kind of a problem. But the fact that I was having issues in those moments and that I could focus on airflow control to try to solve them was really cool. And that's the thing I've come to understand about singing. You constantly have to work at those things that make your singing better and work at your skills in order to maintain your level and to improve it. Anyways, here's a little after clip of me singing the song. I hope you guys liked the video. See you next week. Feel the way I feel and you want me like I want you tonight, girl. I'ma leave my